This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Grey Wolf Ltd. model 26 DBH. Okay, so this is not a floor plan or a sales video. This is a how-to video. So I'm just going to go over some of the features and show you how it works. Okay. So we're at the door side rear, and of course you got regular scissor type stabilizers. So you operate those with a 3/4 inch crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. All right, this is your rear entry door for the bathroom, right here. Of course, you've got a power awning with LEDs. Now, I won't normally jump to the black tank flush, but it's on this side of the trailer, so I'll do it right now. After you dump your black tank, like it states on this sticker, you leave the valve open, the dump valve open. Then you can put the hose at the dump station on there, turn it on and spray out the inside of the black tank. It'll clean off the sensor so you get a really good solid reading. And just remember to open the valve before you do that so too much pressure doesn't build up. It's a good thing to do because it keeps your black tank cleaner, and it keeps the sensors clean so you get an accurate level check. Okay. All right, so you've got outside speakers. So you have a TV bracket here, and then you have power and signal out right there. Okay, so you can hang a TV out here. Now this vent here is for the range hood. I just want to show you that there's a baffle inside here that flaps. Now you can push it shut and it'll stay closed. Always make sure if you're venting to the outside that you have this so it flaps freely, or else it won't vent to the outside, it'll just resist it. So whenever you're going to vent, make sure that's opened, and then when you're traveling down the road, make sure it's shut. Okay. Also, this is a quick connect for LP. So to add a grill or griddle, you're just going to plug in right there, and it connects right to the LP system. Okay. Let's see here. Excuse my camera work here. I'm wrestling with this. Okay, so that is your crank right there for the stabilizers. Let me look here. Now, let me see. So you have this right here is a solar battery charger hookup. So if you wanted to purchase a battery or a solar panel to charge the battery, you plug it in right here. Now this one's made by Furrion, so I guess you would have to use their brand of solar panel, just because of it looks like a proprietary, what's the word, anyway, I'm sorry, I can't come up with it, but proprietary plug, there you go. So keep that in mind, but you can always change that out if you wanted to use a different brand. Let's see here. So you have a power tongue jack. Okay, now this tongue jack, if it fails for some reason, you can always get hitched and unhitched by pulling up this cap here, and you can put a socket right on there and crank it manually, and so you can still get yourself out of trouble. 2 LP tanks and a deep cycle marine battery. This is your water heater here. So right now this trailer is winterized, so there's still antifreeze in the system. Keep in mind your plug is a 1 1/16 6-point socket with an extension. You'll need to get that in and out. So right now the water heater is empty and is bypassed because we're winterized. Keep in mind that see this rocker switch down here in the lower left hand corner? That operates the heating element that's behind this cover, the electric heating element. So whenever you're going to use that, you're going to have to turn this to the on position. There are switches inside too, I'll show you those, but keep in mind that switch is there. Okay. Alrighty, so you have a slide topper, which we added on for you. This type of slide out is commonly referred to as a Schwintek, even though it's owned by the Lippert Corporation now. They call it maybe, I think it's called through the wall slide out or something like that. But people still refer to it as a Schwintek. You can tell by there's 2 tracks on each side, and then there's 2 motors that synchronize with each other. So if you ever need to know what slide out you have, that's it. Okay. Your power cord plugs right in here. It's a 30 amp, 30-foot cord. Your City water connection is right here. The most common way to get water to the trailer is city water. You just hook it up, turn it on, and you're all set. Now if you're going to a campsite that does not have plumbing on the campground, or let me back that up. If you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsite, you can fill your fresh water tank right here. Then you just use the onboard pump to pump it. So there's two ways to get water. If you're using city water, you don't have to worry about the fresh water tank at all. Okay, this is your outside shower to spray things off. These are your dump valves, of course. You've got black, which is toilet water and waste. You've got gray, which is sink and shower water. Okay. There's your power cord right there. Okay, you have a ladder, which is a good thing because the manufacturer always states that you should check the roof every 90 days. So just regularly go up there, have somebody go up there and look at the roof, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get in, make sure there's no damage to any of the roof attachments or material by, that was caused by low branches or road debris flipping up there. Just check it out for your own peace of mind, and if you have an issue, it's good to catch it early. So that's what you should do. Now let's go inside. Excuse me. It's quieter in here anyway. Okay, so these are your controls here. Your slide room switch is here. Your awning is here. So let me just show you. There goes your awning, in and out. Now never leave it out unattended. You're always going to roll it in when you're not going to be at the campground. These are lights here. These are your levels. So to turn your water pump on, that's all you do. The water pump, like I stated, is used to pump water out of the fresh water tank when you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. Your water heater on gas is right there. I showed you the electric switch was outside the lower left hand corner. Always make sure you got water in the tank before you turn it on. Right now it's empty because it's winterized, so always make sure you fill it before turning in either energy source on. And your battery, your fresh water tank, your black and your gray. It goes up in 1/3 increments. So once you get past 2/3, you're going to start thinking about dumping the gray and the black tank. So, okay. All right, so let's look here. So your sound is right here, and basically you have Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly with your phone or your tablet, or from your phone or tablet. You have AM/FM radio. You have a USB, so you can stream off of a USB stick. Take all your favorite albums on one stick or something like that. Now this HDMI is an in, so if you need to go into the system, let's say you have a Blu-ray player and you want to get into the system with it, you could plug it in right there. All right. I just wonder why they left that in there. Okay. Let's see. It also has 2 speaker zones. Zone 1 and Zone 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. Alright. Now you have a Fireplace, which runs on 110 AC. So basically you can, let's see here. Oh, I'm not plugged in right now, so I can't show you. I'm just running on battery power right now because we're away from the building. So you can change the look of the fire. You can change the color of the crystals. You can set fan speed, so there's a lot you can do with it, and it's a very good space heater. So well, on those days where you don't really need to run your furnace and you have limited supply of LP, obviously, you can always run this and just use campground electricity. Alright, your keys, of course. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood that I told you about. Remember I told you about the vent on the outside. You want that to be open when you're running the fan. Okay, I also have light here. Now I don't know if the LP is turned on, so I might just have to talk you through this at this point. Let me see. Oh, so it's on. So you have 3 burners, obviously, or 3 knobs and 3 burners. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. This is the oven knob here. So like we just did, we're just going to turn it on, spark it, and lights. Okay. The oven's a little bit different. Back here at the bottom, all the way to the back, is a pilot light. You see me sparking it back there, hopefully. So what you do, you go to the oven knob, and you go to the picture of the flame. You depress it, and keep it depressed while you're lighting it. With your other hand, you're going to spark it till this pilot light down here lights. After it lights, you hold it in for another 10 seconds or so to let the thermocouple heat up. And then you go to operating temperature, and it cycles like an oven does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always have this closed when you're traveling, or it tends to break. But if you got it closed, there's no problem. Okay, so down here, this is your power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. It's also a circuit panel here. So you have regular circuit breakers like you see at home right here, regular AC, 110 AC, and they're all labeled, right? So when you're plugged in, that's the distribution part right there. Then on this side, it takes the 110 AC and converts it to 12 volt DC. So you got 12 volt circuit breakers here, and they're all labeled. You have these two master fuses here, they're 40s. If you ever have like a big power surge or a lightning strike and your 12 volt side goes out, always look here, because these two protect the whole side, so that's where your issue is going to be most likely. Also, this is a battery tender, so it senses how much energy your battery has, and if it's it'll keep it charged up. If it's topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps to it to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. So as long as you're plugged in, this is going to keep your battery charged. Now when you're towing the trailer, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge it. So both when you're in transit or we're at the campground, as long as you're plugged in, it'll charge up the battery. Okay. So this refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. Okay, so the gas absorption is different than a regular compressor refrigerator. Because of that, you can run this on LP gas. So you can run it on 110 AC or LP gas. So the way to do this, you turn it on right here, is you're going to keep it right here on auto, if you can see that. Auto means electric. It always seeks out electricity first. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch to gas. Or, more importantly, if you leave the campground for the day, it's a hot day, and soon after you leave, the power at the campground goes out, it'll sense that and automatically switch over to gas, and so your food doesn't spoil, it'll run on gas. So auto's the way to go. You can run it just dedicated to gas like that, but this is the way to go 9 out of 10 times. Okay? Alrighty, so let's look. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. So if it goes off, it should always be green first of all. If it's not green, get it serviced. Otherwise, if it goes off, you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on. Okay, this is your thermostat here. It's very simple. You hit the mode button to light it up, and then you just scroll through the options. It'll go from furnace, which is LP obviously, your LP furnace, and then it'll go to fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor, right? Then it'll go to cool, which is obviously full air conditioning. If they give you an option about fan speed, always choose auto. That's the best way to go. Okay, let me see in here in the bathroom. So the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet is a typical RV toilet. There's the flush pedal right there. You have to have chemical and water in it before you use it. The black tank is directly below, so that's the antifreeze you're looking at right now. So when you hook up to you pull into the campground, you hook up your power and your water, you'll come in here and you put 1 dose of chemical in the toilet, right? Then you'll step on the pedal and water will come out, and you'll let about a gallon or so of water flow into the tank below you. Some people use more, it's up to you. But the main thing is you can't use it dry, because if you do, the smell will be overwhelming, and it also can get clogged up. So you always want, when you're starting off with an empty flushed black tank, you always put chemical and water in it before you use it. Okay, that's important. Alrighty, so this is just a pantry here, I believe. Yes, it's a big pantry though. Excellent. Now you can drop your tabletop onto these cleats here, right? And you can use the back cushion to fill in the space and turn this into a bed. Now the couch over here, the sofa, is a jackknife sofa. So a jackknife's flat, and you can turn that into a bed also. So you got the 2 bunks, which actually are larger than most bunks. They're pretty. The width is much better. So you have two bunks and 2 places to sleep in here, and of course up here the master bedroom, right here. Let me look and see what we have here. Looks like your TV. Here, let me unsnap this. Hold on 1 second, please. I don't want to do this correctly. I just have to see how they had it. Aha. Well, heck. My fingers, it's so cold I can't get it right here, so I'll go from this side. This is where your TV hooks up here. You can see there's a sticker that says backer there. So keep that in mind anyway. There's storage underneath the bed. You have some USB charger stations here. And over here you have the window, the emergency window. So the thing is, you want to push this in like that. Then you want to open it. And you push it all the way through. You can see that. I'm sorry about my camera work. Then you grab this knob here and pull the screen out, and you can exit from the trailer that way in an emergency. Okay. Okay. So I don't know why I couldn't get that loose. I think it just hasn't. I just didn't have the strength of my finger to get a hold of it. But it's just a regular snap, and it snaps loose. Okay. Let me see what else we have here. If I missed anything. This is a. I don't know what that is. I better not tell you what that is, because I'm not sure. I've never seen that before, ever. That's a puzzle. Anyway, you've got something then, and I don't know what it is. And I've been doing this a long time, so I guess that about covers it. Let me look. Yeah, so, oh, and of course your smoke detector, always make sure that that's working and has battery in it. The battery I see is sitting on the counter right there. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof and all the seals on the trailer. Trailers do take maintenance, and you gotta use the correct caulk and the correct lap sealant. So you go to an RV place and they'll tell you what to use. Don't use caulk from a hardware store. It's not adequate. And also, this trailer is winterized right now. There's antifreeze in the system. The water heater is bypassed and empty. So you make sure that you put water in the tank before you turn it on. That's important also. Okay? All right, thank you very much.